the nation or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farther.
Best of 5 rolling, we're gonna do it on Junkertown. Again, like we talked about, this is a map that Philly has struggled with in the regular season and in the postseason. They did win it versus New York, but if they don't win it against London, right here, right now, I think they're going to have a tough time taking the series.
But this is the perfect time, Doa, for the Philadelphia Fusion, and particularly Carpe, to heat up. This is a map that is characterized by very big open spaces.
It's a Widowmaker map.
It's a Widowmaker map. It's a sniper map, and that's where Carpe needs to get rolling, because they need him to have big games on Widow. London wants to push him off the Widowmaker as much as possible, because they excel with heroes at close range, like Brigitte. Prophet is the best Brigitte player that we have at Overwatch. So if London can force them off the sniper compositions, that's going to be a big advantage. Philadelphia wants to fight from range.
Right, well, here we go. The doors are opening. Philadelphia Fusion on the attack. London Spitfire gonna try to hold him back as we get started in day 2 of the Overwatch League Grand Finals. The payload is moving, and it looks like both teams going for picks, but Boombox on that Bastion, he's gonna try to camp out on the payload for a bit if he can get there.
A standard strategy here, you play Bastion, a hero that can transform into a powerful machine gun turret on the payload, and they're gonna start to blast through these defensive shields of the London Spitfire. London has to play around the terrain.
That's right, they call the cop the pirate ship. You got the big cannon, you got the shields, the sails, aka Sato already taken up. Badoshin gets a quick res. Oh, and they brought Titan as well, and it looks like London's gonna push Fusion back to spawn.
It looked like London had lost their positioning there, but with the great halt hook combo, they bring in Sato and get the elimination. That means because it's at close range, the Mercy can't come and revive the tank player from the Fusion. Now they have to try again. Boombox still gonna stay on the Bastion.
I mean, that's brave. It's tough to get back to the point if you keep running with this Bastion composition. He's not super mobile, he's not super durable. Sato trying to escort him, man. He's a VIP. Sato's the bodyguard. I'll bring people up. Oh, the Dragon Strike comes through. Boombox can't stay alive. Smooth Hanzo ultimate for Prophet to turn this one around. Burberry wins a Widow 1v1 against Carpe as well. And now Fusion struggling a little bit. Boombox got Brian, but no! EQO throws out his own ultimate. Gesture down. Now Burberry and Boombox brings out the tank. Makes a shot from Mendoza, but it doesn't make a bit of difference. This payload is still moving. There goes Fury. And it looks like Fusion might have locked up point A.
What a clutch resurrection from them, 2-0. The configuration tank was there, the ultimate from the Bastion to deal a huge amount of damage to the London Spitfire defense, and they will clear point A. However, London is going to get control of the high ground right now, which makes further movement of the payload more difficult. Philadelphia could not push forward and remove them from the preferable high ground position.
I mean, can we just say for a minute and agree that Neptuno is insane? The reses this guy
Absolutely.
goes for. The reses this guy gets away with. I feel like London did punish a bit for this, but man, he manages to res a lot of people that I think a lot of other Mercies would not go for.
His positioning is great, and he can get those risky reses.
Oh, here we go. Boom. Badoshin caught by Poco's ultimate. We saw that one make a difference yesterday, making a difference again, scattering London. They nearly got Gesture down as well, but he escapes with just a sliver of health remaining. Either way, Fusion pushing forward here.
And now London Spitfire has to fight on that low ground as the payload comes around this U-bend right now. London's still going to be a player down. Badoshin has switched to Tracer to blink back to the point a little bit faster.
All right, trying to get the... Whoa! Fury coming in with a 2K on his own self-destruct. Leaving Poco high and dry. He's not going to last much longer. And London going to stop the payload right there for a while. A little bit of cat and mouse here as they just delay Poco. Going to get badly split spawn with the rest of his team. Let's replay that one again.
And here you go. Jester's been setting these up with the halts the whole time. He's going to jump there. Look at that timing.
So beautiful.
Yanking them above the payload for the kill.
Man, Gesture has been, I think, the best Orisa I have ever seen in the game of Overwatch. His halts are incredible. Looks like that's going to pop the Mercy ultimate. They're going through to get Prophet moved around. I think he may have died during the animation. He was taken out by the Dragon Strike coming from EQO. And Fusion going to push right back again. London thought they had some defensive breathing room, but oh, no they don't.
And the desk talked about it, Doa. The London Spitfire are playing very aggressively on this defense, and that time they are punished. They line up for the Dragon Strike ultimate from EQO. He gets a massive number of kills. They lose a bunch of ults, like you said, not able to get the Dragon Strike off. And now we're into the final point on the map with plenty of time for the fusion.
Yeah, but how many times have we seen this, right? I mean, the final point in Junkertown is so hard to finish, no matter how much time you start with. Philly, they'll at least have put themselves in the best position to get it done, but you do see teams get stopped here. We'll see if London puts together a defense. Carpe nearly has it for sight, wants to see through walls. Got it now. Gonna wait to pop it a little bit. London falling back. Here's the insight. So now, Philly can see through walls. EQO trying to Birdring outside. He gets hooked. Oh! Carpe down to Birdring, winning another one of those Widow 1v1s. You gotta do that if you're London. You gotta take and win those individual fights. They send Fusion scrambling. They're gonna chase down Sato. That's gonna be a long time before Fusion can regroup.
And oftentimes the first push on Junkertown is the most dangerous for the defense. The attackers can push through these choke points, and now they have to go through these small little corridors to get back in. And there's many ways to clog those up. You can either throw a self-destruct, and those halts from the Orisa become much more effective. The Dragon Strike can fill a corridor.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Speaking of Dragon Strike, EQO gonna send his towards London. They have to back up a little bit, but no casualties there. Gives Philly the space to move forward to the payload. They're gonna send in the self-destruct. Nobody caught by it. Close call. Oh, Gesture finished off though. Took just enough damage for Fusion to capitalize on that one, but Boombox down. Prophet gets him the volley. Now Birdring. Another one on EQO London. Turning this one around. Bedosian uses his whole hog for good measure. EQO res, so Fusion not done with this fight just yet. We're waiting for it here.
Birdring has to escape with that grappling hook. EQO back on the high ground right now. Payload still moving. They've got their Orisa shield on there. Gesture takes out Carpe from range.
Watch on the floor, man. Hudson's got a shotgun. Watch out. Another opening. Boombox in. Sato down. There goes the Roadhog on the other side, too. And it looks like London's going to hold again. Suddenly, Fusion find themselves with less than 2 minutes remaining.
And Prophet there, you can see already with another Dragon Strike. Both teams use Dragon Strike to enter that fight. Sometimes you have to throw it out simply to get through those corridors to make enough space to walk through. Now we see the switches coming in from the Philadelphia Fusion.
This is that narrow corner. And go and kill Dragon Strike.
With the back.
Prophet seeing the future, man. Seeing where they're going to be. And that is one of the best Hanzo ults I've seen in a while. That one's got to sting a bit.
The setups from the Spitfire's combos are massive. The halt again, punishing the Fusion. They had just swapped off, so now they didn't get any ult charge because they fell in that attack. And the London Spitfire starting to adapt. Robin said, I just had a great Dragon Strike. Time to switch over to this Brigitte and shut down the Genji and the Tracer on the flanks.
Just drop the mic in this case and change heroes, or both, I guess the case may be. Birdring finding Neptuno. That's a Mercy out of the way. That's a big one for London. Now Philadelphia, they gotta regroup, man. You lose that Mercy, you're not gonna finish this push. It's too rough, too rough. EQO can't get away either. He's just gonna go back to spawn as well. London put themselves with less than a minute to defend here. Poco dives late. Got split off from the rest of his team. It's looking a bit rough for Philly.
It is. Neptuno dying first also means that he's still 25% away from his old Valkyrie, which can heal up his entire team. London sitting on a pile of ults. They'll be able to stop this too by using that imprecise. They know exactly where Carpe is in the back line.
Right. It's Chaser on 2018. Birdring looking for the Tracer. Oh, Sato got out of position again. The same issue that they were plagued with yesterday, rather. Comes back to haunt them again and is already a team fight win at less than 10 seconds. London Spitfire on the verge of holding here. Philly, they got to scramble, but they just don't have the meat. They don't have the bodies to get back and hold the point right now. Poco's going to go for it. He's going to get desperate, but he's already out of the back. Now it looks like Sato comes back, but no support for him as well. And that shield is all that remains of Philly Fusion. Overtime expiring, and that's where the payload's gonna stop. As soon as they take out Carpe, was it enough time for the rest of the team to get there? No. Oh, Boombox can't get there. And that's gonna be where it stops for Philly on attack.
Philly not completing this map, but it's not the end of the world. A lot of teams struggle in that point C, and a lot of teams can get held here on even point A, a full hold as we call it. So Philadelphia going to switch over to the defense. We saw them have an epic hold yesterday on Dorado. 5 minutes in the point C to hold off the Spitfire and win the first map of the series. Maybe they can do it again.
It's certainly possible. I mean, they did push the payload most of the way through there. Let's take a look And that Dragon Strike from Prophet, we talked about this a bit earlier in the round. When you have to come through this narrow choke, sometimes you just get trapped. And yet another amazing haul from Gesture, setting that one up. That's us playing the game right there. I don't care what happens in the second round. Prophet's gonna get that one.
I mean, that
F9.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that play is why we've seen the London Spitfire catch on fire in these playoffs. They've only lost 2 of their last 18 maps.
Yeah.
And these combos, that coordination around their ultimate timings, the synergy between Fury and Gesture and Prophet and Gesture to set up self-destructs and Dragon Strikes has been a major factor in their success.
Yeah, and like we said earlier in the round, I mean, nobody is better on Orisa than Gesture right now, and his team helps him with that. They're the ones who capitalize on those halts, but that's good communication, right? That's Gesture saying, hey man, I'm gonna hit this guy with a halt, get ready to hit him with something else. And they're always ready. What can you say? We're gonna switch sides now. London Spitfire going on the attack, Philadelphia Fusion on the defense. And again, all London needs to do to win this map and put themselves one up in this match is get the payload just as far as Philly pushed it.
Yeah, and we have to talk again. We came into this match saying Carpe needs to step up. Only 3 final blows and 4 deaths on that entire attack round.
Yeah.
He continues to be harried by the London Spitfire tanks. Let's see if he can get the big shots they need to defend on Junkertown.
So London gonna go with the double sniper, a little bit more normal comp. They're not gonna rock the Bastion like we saw Fusion try. And to be fair, the Bastion did work for Fusion's attack, but London going with something a bit more standard right now in the Junkertown metagame.
Right, you see Birdring playing the long flank right now. Everyone else from London peeking around the corner. Now they're going to go back to the payload, and it is a battle of who can kill these Orisa barriers first.
It's also a battle of watching out for those halts, and that's why, ooh, the hook came through. Didn't quite connect with Boombox. That was a very close one. Birdring loses a chunk of health, turns around, looking for those headshots.
There's just so much poking and patience that happens in these situations. The teams are coordinating their damage on the shields. Prophet will get taken down in that front line by Poco, and now they're gonna have to back up. Boombox pulled in.
That's the hook, man. That's what you gotta watch out for. That might open the doors. We'll see the respawn a little bit quicker for London. They're gonna get their guy back faster than Philly would just because of distance. Oh, there we go. The shift actually keeping Sato from getting hooked in there, but London pushing forward anyway.
Just playing
oh, Neptuno! Prophet back! And he makes his presence felt right away. Goodbye, Neptuno. Goodbye, Sato. Bedosian standing on the cart. Prophet gets another one. Carpe down, and that's going to be London with enough kills, I believe, to take point A.
Carpe tried to sneak around and get a flank to kill a support. Didn't end up happening. Prophet was there ready and waiting for him. About a minute and a half, a little more taken off the clock by the Fusion, so still a respectable time. Remember how hard they held London deep in the map on Dorado yesterday. They could do it again here.
The thing is Junkertown has always been an attacker-favored map. As a defender, you expect to lose point A. That's not the end of the world. You might even expect to lose point B in a lot of these matches, but point C is where you gotta hold them. So, see if Philadelphia can burn more time off the clock in the second stage of this map. London's still pushing through here. Prophet getting a little bit of a damage boost. Us a little bit low. Oh, EQO gets Prophet though. Found him. Rez comes in. Prophet back in the action. Trying to push forward with Bedosian's whole hog. Trying to use that Roadhog ultimate to create some space. They're going to just have to regroup here, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a great delay, though, from the Fusion. They force an ultimate just to get off the high ground, and now they're going to use that supercharger. Boombox pulled in and focused.
Again, it's happened so many times, and there goes Neptuno, too. Self-destruct comes in, and it's going to be 3 bats on Poco. I can't believe it. Every single time you think somebody's going to push past Philly, Poco, he's right there with the self-destruct.
And that finishes it up with the team kill. What an excellent angle from Poco to catch the 2 supports. This case, though, Bedosian playing the Roadhog in the corridor. That's going to shut it down. Poco was the clutch player yesterday on the Fusion, and he comes up massive again.
Check that one out again, man. Poco sends that mech out. You can see it traveling to the top of the screen, and what can
nowhere to go.
Yeah. You can't escape that. Oh, here comes a Dragon Strike. Prophet gets 2 already. No escape from that one. He puts out a third with EQO and London striking right back. They got Philly exactly where they wanted them. That may be point B right there.
Yeah, there's not going to be another chance for them to defend. They will have to regroup deep in point C. London Spitfire going to get through these doorways for free as well. Again, this push is the one that is potentially the most devastating because they can't be slowed down in the choke points.
A lot of time, we know teams can defend on this point pretty well, but remember, London doesn't need to push it all the way, and Sato's already down to Notion, gives his life for the cause as well. On the other side, Boombox taking out Fury's mech as well. Fury trying to push.
Nice hook!
Oh, another hook comes in, and this time, Philly's gonna hold. Like you said, Monty, the first push on this point is the most dangerous one. Fusion has weathered that storm. Now they've got some breathing.
Not only that, Toa, but Nuss used his Valkyrie there, so now London not going to have that. Great hook by Boombox. EQO here in the mix.
Point blank.
Beautiful shots from EQO on the Hanzo. Now London Spitfire making it back to the payload. However, Philadelphia Fusion, they've got a Valkyrie. There's critical support ult to heal up the team.
Here comes the Hulk, got eaten that time by Poku. He's ready for it with Diva's defensive matrix with that box. That box is all the farther London needs to shoot it. They've got the supercharger down, the extra damage in. Dragon Strike splits the team. It also kills Boombox. There's a Hulk, comes in, EQO down. Here he grabbed one. London trying to make this a map win. EQO res, but that payload is moving, guys. The tanks are out of commission, and that's going to be match one done. London Spitfire take a lead in the series.
And that was a dominant performance, Doa, from London. 53 eliminations for London, 27 for the Philadelphia Fusion. They look comfortable. Philly had some bright spots, big plays with self-destructs. But at the end, London perseveres and they grind away the Philadelphia Fusion on Junkertown.
Right, an early lead for London in this best of 5. Quick break, and when we come back, we will see if Fusion can tie things up on our next map. Do not go anywhere. This is the Overwatch League Grand Finals.
The Overwatch League is... The Overwatch League is...
Are you ready?
Today, you're in for a real treat. There's no stopping him. That is it. There we go. What a wild match. Overwatch League is brought to you by Dolby. Go inside the action with Dolby Atmos. Cheez-It grooves. Deep flavor, deep crunch. Cheez-It like never before. Powered by Spitfire, the music of the Overwatch League. Stream the official music of the Overwatch League on Spotify now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch League Grand Finals. Don Monte Cristo here, and map 1 did not go Philly's way. London Spitfire taking Junkertown, and again, like we said, we knew that was going to be a tough map for Philly, but one that I think they really needed to win to get some momentum going in this series.
Yeah, I agree with you. Cold Fusion may power the world someday, Noah, but it's certainly not going to power a Philadelphia victory here in the Barclays Center. They've got to get hot. Luckily, if you're a Fusion fan, the London Spitfire haven't looked as strong, as weird as this is to say, based on the regular season performance. The London Spitfire haven't looked as strong on Lijiang Tower as they have on Oasis. And again, this map has seen a lot of Widowmaker and Pharah play. I do think EQO is the better Pharah player in this matchup, and Carpe again will have another shot to get the Widowmaker down because he was again shut down in that match, and it has very clearly been the game plan for the London Spitfire, and unfortunately for the Philadelphia Fusion, as much damage as EQO is doing, it just really isn't enough. The other players haven't stepped up as much to fill that void that is being left by Carpe getting shut down.
Definitely true. Well, we are going next to Lijiang Tower, our control map, and just to make sure we're on the same page, let's take a look at a little video to see how it all works.
This is Control. Two teams fight head-to-head for control of a common objective located in the middle of the map. To capture the objective, your team must stand within its range for a set amount of time. Capture percentage is continually given to whichever team is in control. The enemy will fight to clear your team off and capture the objective for themselves. Losing control will pause your progress. Now your opponent gains capture percentage. If both teams are on the objective when one of them reaches 99% capture, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until one of the teams is cleared off. The round ends when either team achieves 100% capture. Each round is played on one of the map's 3 unique areas. Control is best of 3, so whichever team captures 2 objectives wins.
All right, so educational. I learned so much, Monte Cristo. Next, it's Lijiang Tower. Like we said, it's going to be our control map. Kingsrow, Hanamura, and Dorado. Hopefully, we get to all those maps. We'll see. I don't think London wants that to happen. Either way, like you said, Monty, going into this next map, this is one that Philadelphia does maybe have a little bit of an edge on based on the fact that they do have a stronger Pharah player in EQO than London's Prophet, but by the same token, I think London's shown a great job of using their tanks to kind of shut down Pharah. As weird as that sounds, they kind of jump up and put a bubble around or something.
Yeah, but this is also Night Market, though. One of 3 points on Lijiang Tower. And this is a point that Reinhardt really excels on.
True.
And London Spitfire did not play Reinhardt at all yesterday. Philadelphia Fusion has the better Reinhardt player in Sato. But we may see a reversal here. Sato will be playing the Winston.
Hey, so's Gesture, actually. Both teams rejecting the Reinhardt for now as we get things started. Carpe looking for an early shot here. Philadelphia Fusion trying to tie things up with a win here on Lijiang Tower. EQO, of course, on that Pharah. Prophet playing it on the London Spitfire side. EQO just looking, maybe bounce somebody off early on, get some shots, do some damage. He's doing some, tries to knock Badoshinov, doesn't succeed with that one. But the thing is, if you play this comp, you really need to be the first person to take it, right? You want to be the defender here.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to move in with the Pharah. That's complicated.
Here we go.
Go there in a corner, has to boost his way out. London Spitfire muscle their way onto the point. Sato doesn't want to let them have it for free.
I mean, Philly just can't let them have it, but they do. The control percent starts to build for London, and now Boombox down. London wants to push Philly the rest of the way out of the point here. Poco a little bit low, not much health left on that mech. Needs some healing here. Meanwhile, EQO throwing the rockets in from outside. But for now, you're on the outside looking in, and it is tough to actually attack this point with the Pharah composition.
And it takes a long time, too, for Boombox to get back. He doesn't have any movement abilities, but they're going to re-engage.
Oh, they said they found an opportunity on Badoshin, maybe. Let's see if they can capitalize. Haven't killed him yet. He's still got a little bit of shield remaining. Look at that health bar on the top right. He goes down. Fury, though, finds a kill into EQO, and now Gesture pops that primal range of Winston Ultimate, knocking everybody around. Bird ring down, though, so Philadelphia Fusion might be coming out ahead in this fight, 40%. built up by London Spitfire, but Philadelphia wants to see if they can claim it. Prophet drops a barrage. Goodbye, Sato. It looks like Boombox popped that Transcendence a little bit too late to give the team the healing that they needed. There goes Neptuno and Boombox as well, and London will hold strong.
Philadelphia Fusion, Sato engaged just a little bit too early. The London Spitfire had the Valkyrie up on Nuss, which kept Bedosian alive. Jester with the Primal Rage saw an opportunity to zone out Carpe, to zone out Boombox, and that's when the London Spitfire struck on the point to win the fight. Carpe now on the Tracer.
Oh, Sato. No, again, split off from his team. London has been so good at identifying those situations and capitalizing, and that's just another one, right?
That is another one,
No
Noah.
pun intended.
And now the 80% of the point taken by the London Spitfire. We're in one fight territory right now. Philadelphia Fusion needs to win this. Carpe's threatening the back cap right now.
He's gonna try right now, building up a little bit of control percent, but Prophet right there, man. 90% cross for London Spitfire. They just gotta hold on for a little bit more to take a little lead in Lijiang Tower here. Philadelphia Fusion trying to get in. Oh no! Oh, I thought maybe someone was knocked off for a second. The Boombox barely stayed on. Now EQO, low health, Prophet running up. There it is, and nobody's there! Oh no, Philadelphia Fusion, you gotta get someone on the point to contest that. Spitfire just given a free point here on Lijiang Tower.
And they were zoning the Philadelphia Fusion off. They had them separated all around the point. London Spitfire go up 1-0 now on control. If they take one more point, they'll be up on match point in this grand final.
What can you do, man? I mean, if your pulse isn't pounding now, I don't know, you must be dead. Because the thing is, Philadelphia Fusion already in a crucial moment in this match. You know, Junkertown's important. Man, this point, they gotta win this. They don't want to let London get one map away from winning the entire Overwatch League. They gotta win this point right now. They've got Gardens. They gotta put that Pharah to work.
And this is the best point for Pharah and Widowmaker. Again, long sight lines, plenty of cover for a sniper on this map. London gonna roll into the point very quickly, and they're gonna start to box them off behind this pagoda.
Birdring already finds Boombox.
Carpe!
There you go, Carpe down, he dies to the Venom Mine. Birdring with 2 kills right off the bat. London Spitfire, man, they got there so fast. They set up that defensive perimeter. They set up those firing lines for Birdring to get tons of clean shots on Philly, and already London Spitfire gets the control percent building.
Here's Birdring. He'd already thrown his Venom Mine off behind the point. He kills Boombox with a headshot, and Carpe, who is hit first by Bedosian on the Zenyatta, is finished by the Venom Mine.
No kidding. That's a rough one. Birdring already has that Widowmaker ultimate. He can see through walls. What can you do if you're Philly? Sato down already. Again, separated from his team. Now Philadelphia Fusion on the run back over the bridge. They lose Boombox on the way there. Birdring just looks unstoppable. Nobody's putting any pressure on this guy.
The story so far is Philadelphia Fusion on Lijiang Tower, losing one member and having to regroup. It's losing them so much time. The eliminations right now, 16-2 in favor of the London Spitfire.
I mean, it's already 40% for London Spitfire. They're nearly halfway there. And if they win this point, they win the map. Sato jumping in again. They're going in hard on this one, trying to just catch London unawares, but I think they're ready. Prophet holding the point right now with this Tracer. Not letting anybody close. Philadelphia Fusion, they just look hesitant right now.
Oh, they found Carpe again.
Carpe! He's down! Oh, but Boombox finds one on Prophet. Tracer out of commission as well. Philadelphia Fusion has a chance to just try to muscle their way in here. Birdring lining up a shot, trying to deal with the Tracer, taking a lot of hits, so he's got some support from his team. He's got the healing in there. Now Neptuno with the Mercy ultimate on the point. Boombox is going to pop his Transcendence as well, trying to keep everybody healed. London can just back away. They can just let him have that space for now.
Jester's in their spawn, punching Carpe around, trying to make sure he never gets an angle. Prophet on the Tracer, dueling with EQO, uses the recall to get back to the point.
That's right, he's there now, and he's got the Pulse Bomb ready to go. Oh, Boombox separated. He's on his own. Here we go. Oh, EQO, Carpe gets him. Carpe gets 2. He takes out Nuss as well. Philadelphia Fusion at 95% for London. They are not done yet. They're trying to turn this one around. They finally flip the point. 99% for London. Philadelphia has a mountain to climb to hold this one.
Yes, but Carpe finally got the angles, Noah. He has the infrasight so he can see through those walls. Those are some beautiful shots to take out Nuss from right around the corner. Overextension by the London Spitfire, punished by Carpe.
That's what you got to do, man. That's what his team needs him to do. He needs to carry. Stick on a Carpe, gets blown up by Prophet. That's the opposite of carrying, man. But Gesture is down. Sato got 1 kill. So a tank out of the way for London. Maybe they can get in there for Res Birdring. Oh, no way! 2 headshots. 2 kill Poco, trying to force the Res and not happen. No, Gesture comes up anyway. At London in a great position to retake. They nearly got it right now. Poco drops his self-destruct, but he's not going to get back in the mech. There's a retake. London flips it. Overtime expiring. Philadelphia Fusion has to find some way to hold this one.
Oh, by the stick!
Kuno caught by the pulse bomb for Prophet. And now overtime going away. Can they hold it? Philadelphia's still in it. EQO down though. Sato can't stand strong. And now with Poco there on the mech, they need so much more. Carpe blasted on the side of the fight. And it's going to be Poco running, just trying to delay as long as he possibly can, but it's not enough. London Spitfire, they take Legion Tower. They are 1 map win away from winning the Overwatch League.
They look so dominant today.
No kidding, man.
Gesture is completely shutting down Carpe. You can see him using his ultimate, that primal rage, to leap towards the spawn and keep him out of these fights. They held him to 3 eliminations, 2 final blows, and 6 deaths on that map.
And Philly coming into this final strong, but so far it has been all London Spitfire, and they don't even look nervous. You saw Bedosian pumping up the crowd. You better get pumped up, because the next map, after we come back from break, could be the last map of the Overwatch League. Hopefully Philadelphia can bring it back, give us a bit more to watch. We'll find out right after this.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, Doa, thanks for the ride.
No problem.
I've got something you've got to hear. This car has a pretty good sound system, right?
Yeah, the best.
Excellent. Because we're going to need to hear the whole range to really appreciate this. It's a thing of beauty. You ready?
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
This is Monte Cristo, and today we're going to take a look at a strategic breakdown of the latest match between the Los Angeles Gladiators and the Seoul Dynasty.
Of all
right
the
off the bat, we're going to get a couple of environmental kills. But we have to
I
look
hear it.
At the
I
response as
feel
well
like I've
from
heard
the
this one
side
before.
of the
It's
Seoul
like
Dynasty. Visual
honey
goes in,
dripping
you
into your
notice,
ears, all of the
opposite side,
treble and the
Seoul
bass
bring in
working
Miro
together
and
in
Munchkin
perfect
to
harmony.
pressure
Oh,
the support
it's a
players
thing of beauty.
from
It's
the
like an
Gladiators.
Ancient
Quickly,
Norse
Big
deity
Goose will be the
decided
first
to
one
open
fall
his
on
mouth and
You just don't appreciate art.
That's it. That is definitely it.
Shamelessly original, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to the desk here at the Barclays Center. As you can see, it's been all London Spitfire here in the first half. They lead 2-0 over the Philadelphia Fusion. Welcome back, everybody. We are live from the Barclays Center. Chris Puckett alongside the boys. You know Bren, you know Sideshow, and I gave you a lot of trash talk before we kicked off this match, Josh, and I want to apologize because you seem to be dead on with this London Spitfire prediction. They are red hot so far in this meetup.
Well, that's what the saying says, 7th time lucky, right? I've got to get a prediction right eventually. And London Spitfire did look great yesterday, but they've just come out with a whole new force today. They're wiping Philadelphia away so far.
Honestly, unbelievable. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed in Philadelphia in their performance here, but London has just been playing so well across the board.
I think it's more that London are good.
Absolutely, yeah. And we can't take anything away from London here. They are playing unreal. Right?
No one's missing shots right now, especially not Profit. Let's take a look back, though, at some of the early action here, because it all started off on Junkertown, and Point A looked pretty good for the Philadelphia Fusion. They started rolling here on their attack, but once they got to Point C, they got shut down, fellas.
They absolutely did, Puckett. And they had some good moments here at the start of Junkertown. EQO was getting a lot of kills with his Dragon Strikes, creating space with that ultimate, much like the way that we saw Profit doing it in this match as well. And it was okay, but, you know, as you mentioned, Point C, that's when things started to get a bit shaky for them.
And I think Philadelphia really needed to come out hot here. They are an emotional team. They've been beaten yesterday, and they needed the morale boost to be able to go forwards. But they were getting crushed, especially in this corridor, again and again.
So dirty.
Look at this. Just such great play from Profit and Gesture combining together.
Even Fury pushing them back into that.
Just so good. I'll break that one down a little bit later on as well. But then London were sweeping them away. And I think this was the point at which the Philadelphia Fusion started to lose a little bit of hope. Because
it felt that way.
Yeah, because their defense just kind of crumbled from there.
They really did, and it really carried on as well into the next map. And it's so important in these high-stake matches that you have to reset in between the maps. And for Philadelphia Fusion, you can tell that's a bit of a difficulty for them, especially because, like we mentioned, they're an emotional team, and sometimes that can be good, but it's also a double-edged sword when it starts to go wrong.
But Dozin, incredible performance so far from that flex support player, doing work on the Roadhog, also helping pick off the Mercies time and time again while on that Zenyatta. London simply powering their way through the Philadelphia Fusion to take our first map on Junkertown. But when Li Shang Tower loaded up, I thought, all right, now it's time for Philly to bounce back.
But instead, they looked incredibly scared, honestly. The London Spitfire came out rolling again, and instead of Philadelphia Fusion throwing something different, like the Reinhardt at them, they just played a pretty default Pharah Tracer composition. London were able to win this stage with only 10 final blows, because Philadelphia were just never taking fights against them. They were scared. Philadelphia Fusion are scared right now.
Yeah, scared is one word for it, but lost is the way that I would describe it, because throughout the entire map, it seems like they didn't really have a set plan when they were coming into this. But I don't want to take anything away from London, because they are just playing that well, on point. And when it's just when Profit's making plays like this, what do you do when he's performing mechanically like this as an individual? Like, you have to try and shut him down. But when the rest of the London Spitfire is also playing well, you shut down, you pour resources into Profit, and the rest of the team's just going to turn up instead. So it's a very difficult situation.
You heard Profit talking about just the struggles of being the hard carry during the regular season. It feels like today he's getting a lot of help from his teammates. And Josh, you have a specific example to break down for us. Walk us through some of the combos that were being explored and really showing off here by the London Spitfire on Junkertown.
Yeah, so I have an Insights powered by Intel where I'm going to run through Profit and Gesture and how well they work together. So the first thing to keep your eye on is this ability here. You should be familiar with it if you've watched Overwatch recently. It's the Halt ability from Orisa. So important in the playoffs, and that's going to suck everybody into one area so that Profit can follow up. And as we see Gesture, he's able to scout out. He's got a Sonic Arrow there so he can see people through the walls. This Halt comes in. What a beauty. Attached to 4 people just as they're about to come through. Absolutely phenomenal timing coming out from Gesture. Gets them all up in the same place, and exactly at the same time, Fury and Profit are in. And look, Profit's just waiting there. He's actually sat right next to Gesture. They frequently look at each other's screens to kind of see what's going on. Very strong communication between the two of them. It's Profit in the kill feed, but it's Gesture setting him up for a lot of these plays. Just a brilliant duo. They've been sweeping Overwatch so far.
Brent, I gotta ask you, if we're looking for player of the match nominees, how do you choose from the 6-man lineup here from the London Spitfire?
It's so difficult right now, isn't it? Because you can look at the DPS duos and you can, there's usually a safe bet when you go with the DPS guys. But I mean, the tank line as well is the reason why the DPS are playing so well. And it's a difficult decision. You could honestly pick almost anyone from the London lineup right now and still get away with it.
It seems that the Fusion still have some people supporting them with their bits, but it's London in total control of this match, in control of this series, and we got a chance to listen in with the squad. This is Dolby Sounds of the Game from London's big win in Game 1.
26초까지 먹어 폴링해봐 킬이다 빨리 좀 빼 야 위도 정면 안에 250개 없어 한쪽 2층에 있어 준호야 천천히 안 쫓아 야 보리사가 앞으로 나와 왼쪽 내려와 얼굴 보여 야 위도 당장 천천히 밀어 얘들아 천천히 좋았다 나이스 C9 얘들아 조금 더 남았다
Awesome stuff there from the London Spitfire. You can hear the energy, the excitement. They know just how close they are to lifting that trophy. But first, I want to give a shout out here, guys, before we continue, to everyone who's been tuning in online and showing their support across social media, especially a new couple. We got some big names joining us here in the venue tonight. We got Bogdan Bogdanovic from the Sacramento Kings, as well as Sydney LaRue Dwyer, Olympic gold medalist here in the venue today. Here's their tweets all over Twitter. Keep those hashtags grand finals coming. It's been a party here in the Barclays Center. Everybody's getting in on the action.
Yeah, the energy here is absolutely...
Oh, and there they are!
There they are. And I mean, it's been insane, especially this crowd, this arena. I never would have dreamed as well to be in front of such an amazing audience.
I love it. What's up, Mark? That's our PR man. He's the dude. I love him. All right, guys, in celebration of our inaugural season, we also want to remind you we got some special treats for you. The All-Star Weekend is coming up on August 25th and August 26th, and we are proud to announce these two legendary skins available in-game around the All-Stars Weekend. Bren, I know you want that Genji, baby. He's representing Pacific. We got that Tracer with the Atlantic Division skin.
They look so amazing. I want to see Bren in that, just feeding his brains out.
Bro, you can't be talking shade on my Genji gameplay. You've seen
it's terrible.
I've seen it. It's quite bad. Well, Philly's gameplay so far has also been not Bren level. I can't go that hard. London has been outperforming them up to this point, though. I got to ask you, Bren, do you still have faith? Can the Fusion bounce back here in the second half?
I still have faith in Philadelphia Fusion. I feel like they can bring it back, right? If these guys just reset mentally, get the ball rolling, they're a momentum-based team, they win this next map, who knows what's going to happen? I feel like they could definitely take it.
Josh, are the Spitfire finally bringing something home to England?
I think they are. Prophet at the moment has more kills than Carpe and EQO combined. He's going to take that into the next half and crush the dreams of the Philly fans in this arena.
All right, well, I just got told by my producer we are out of time. That's it for halftime. When we come back, we'll see the conclusion to the Overwatch League Grand Finals. Don't go anywhere.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. Omened by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League. And by Intel. Intel Core i7 powers the Overwatch League.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
going on, Brooklyn? How you feeling today? Golden Boy down here at the floor, and man, you know, when we started the day, I was hoping to see the Fusion be able to clap back, get a couple wins in there, but so far, it has been all London all day. So the question remains, can Philadelphia manage to find their way back into this matchup? I don't know, Barclays, what do you think? You think Philly can do it? Oh, they think Philly can do it. I think Philly can do it. And I'm sure our casters want to see more Overwatch. So let's send it over to Monty and Doa.
Thank you, Boy of Gold. That's right. We would love to see more games of Overwatch.
I really hope we get it. I really hope we get it. And if we are going to get it, we talked about the massive win streak that London's been on in these playoffs ever since they fell in their first match to the Gladiators 0-3.
Yeah.
You know, they've only lost 2 of their last 20. But one of those losses was to the LA Valiant on Kings Row. We are going to Kings Row now, and it's a map that maybe London can be exploited on and start a comeback possibly for the Philadelphia Fusion.
Yeah, that's right. Let's take a look at the maps one more time. Let's take a look at how exactly hybrid maps work, because I love education. Stay in school, kids. Check it out.
This is hybrid. 2 teams face off as either defenders or attackers. The attacking team has a limited amount of time to first capture a payload and then escort it along a set path containing 2 checkpoints. To capture the payload, the attackers need to stand within its range for a set amount of time. Defenders can delay capture progress by also standing in range. The attackers must work together to clear away the defenders. If successful, they score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. The payload only moves forward when an attacker stands near it. Defenders can delay the payload's movement by standing nearby. To get moving again, the attackers must clear away the defenders by force. If even one attacker is capturing the objective or on the payload when the time runs out, the game enters overtime. This extends play indefinitely until the attackers are either cleared away or they gain more time by reaching a checkpoint. Every time the payload reaches a checkpoint, the attackers score 1 point and gain additional time on the clock. The round ends when the payload reaches the destination or when time runs out. Teams switch sides each round. Whichever team scores the most points and escorts the payload farthest wins.
Well, there you go, Monty. Now you have a hybrid degree. It's kind of like a double major, but it only qualifies you to play one map type in Overwatch. But don't worry.
Good thing it qualified me to cast this match, though.
There you go. We are ready. That's right. It's going to be Kings Row Barclays Center. Are you ready? This could be the last map in the Overwatch League. London Spitfire, a win here would win everything. Philadelphia Fusion, they got to get a win here. They got to keep it going. They're going to start out on attack, and man, it had better be a good one, Monty.
It better be a good one, and the primary problem from the Philadelphia Fusion is that Gesture's getting in those back lines, and he's taking out Carpe on the Widowmaker. Maybe not eliminating him, but forcing him out of the sight lines, forcing him very far back. That's when Sato goes forward, and the remainder of the London Spitfire are focusing the Philadelphia Fusion's main tank. They need to get out of this cycle right now. London is going to be playing their standard defense, Junkrat and the Widowmaker on the defense with Bedosian playing the Roadhog.
Here we go. Philadelphia Fusion on the attack in what will be the map that defines their entire season. They must win here to keep their finals hopes alive. On board with EQO on the Hanzo now, looking for those early picks. Sonic Arrow, Poco brought in close. Ooh, doesn't quite get popped on the mech, but that was a dangerous moment already for Philly.
Yeah, Sato was the one who was hooked right there. Poco comes in with the defensive matrix to save him, but that's not going to save Boombox.
Another hook on him, and he is down. It's a 5v6, and Philadelphia Fusion has to get out of there, man. You can't win the fight through that choke at that point. Good start for London.
They're going to have to regroup now. They're trying to play slow. Set up the angles for their two sniper heroes, EQO on the Hanzo, and Carpe on the Widowmaker. London holding firm, holding their ground, and they keep popping up those Orisa barriers.
Oh, and the hook on Bedosian. Turnabout's fair play, and that's exactly what he does. Turnabout, and oh no, the wheel comes in. The tire takes try. Bedosian hooked in. That might be good. No, he's got the healing from Mercy just in time. He's going to pull his Sato, but no kills quite there yet. EQO down to 36 health remaining. Got to get back behind the shield, but Philadelphia Fusion slowly but surely moving in on this point. London.
EQO was bounced up by Prophet there, which prevented him from getting the elimination. However, they have slowly taken that ground.
Get there. They're moving in progress. They got to keep moving in, though. Shot comes in on the boombox. Now the Dragon Strike comes through. London between a wall and a Dragon Strike plays. They don't lose anybody at the end of it. Carpe with a big headshot. Again onto Bedosian. To finish him off, Philadelphia Fusion. They look like they're going to get this payload moving.
Slow and steady for the Philadelphia Fusion. What they do is they whittle the London Spitfire away one by one, using their closer respawns to constantly have a player advantage. It ends up working in the end. No panic from the Philly Fusion. They look calm and collected.
That's right. You saw at the end of that fight, London just piling everybody onto the point, making sure everyone dies as close together so you can respawn together as a team and set up this defense on point B.
Now you're over to the Winston for the moment. Prophet going to throw out that rip, find a support hero. He's coming down on top of the members of the Fusion.
Oh, Sato and Poco's mech. Another great Riptire. It's going to cost the resurrection from Neptuno. That's a long cooldown before he can use that ability again. Now Gesture, oh, he's going to find an opening, goes back onto the Mercy, pays for it with his life, but it will be pretty tough for Philly to push. Bedosian with a kill onto Poco as well.
Bedosian is just hiding up here in the upper hallways. He long flanked around to try and punish them as they push the card.
I love it, man. That's a bloodthirsty support that I like to see.
With the Dragon Strike. Lots of ults up for the Philadelphia Fusion. Carpe will be the first to fall, but he will get resurrected most likely. Neptuno needs to make his way back up onto the high ground. Bedosian is actually sitting on top of him right now.
Yep, that's right. Trying to make things even more irritating. Dragon Strike comes through. They're going to send in the self-destruct. This could be big. Ooh, no kills out of that one, but it was close. Now gets a res onto Gesture. Meanwhile, London still in the fight, but Boombox pulling up that whole hog. Not going to live long enough to get a lot done with it. Bedosian still flanking, and another tire takes down Sato. London starting to get up. Disasters, man. That would be quite the split, but London gonna have to let him go.
Not playing overly aggressive to save his team's chances by using that infrasight and flank. Around, but he doesn't pick up the eliminations.
Right.
Philadelphia coming back in, but they're going to have to force some ults out of the London Spitfire before they can win this fight.
Gesture with that Primal Rage. Had to use it. He was going to die, but he puts it to good use as he takes out Sato. Gets pushed back a bit. Meanwhile, the rest of Philly regrouping without Winston, without that main tank.
Oh, will have his Dragon Strike. Soon they get
diving in. Time to get aggressive. Neptuno gets very aggressive. Bedosian duking out with Carpe. Zenyatta versus Widowmaker. Support versus DPS. He's like, yeah, not worth it. I gotta go keep my team healed. Sato a little bit low. Poco as well. Here we go. Transcendence comes in. Bedosian getting back to his tanks just in time. They're gonna get aggressive. Now Poco pops that self-destruct. Sato gets around the corner just in time. Ooh, nice snipe from Carpe. Got the Riptire. Meanwhile, Boombox takes down Gesture. So Philadelphia Fusion, again, I think taking advantage of that over-aggression from London.
I mean, they cut off the sight lines, though, for Carpe, so the payload does start moving, fortunately for the Fusion. But now with another player down, they may be in trouble. Sato deep in the back, trying to find Bedosian, but he's caught. Between Bedosian and Fury, does manage to squeak his way out of trouble.
Yeah, Fury right there, man. I mean, Sato thought he had an opportunity to kill the support, but on the side of the shield, another couple kills for Fusion. They're pushing forward, but Prophet strikes back with a tire, and look at London They are back again. Gesture with a primal rage at the end to finish EQO and slowly roll backwards again.
London had to dump 3 ultimates into that defense, though, after things got up. That means Philadelphia Fusion coming back with another Valkyrie up soon. London needs to make the most out of the 2 support ultimates that they are going to have remaining.
Dicey for sure. Just 30 seconds now for Philadelphia Fusion. They gotta get something done. They gotta get this push moving again. Dragon Strike comes through. London Spitfire responds with Bedoshin's Transcendence. Nuss uses the Mercy ultimate as well. Philly backs off. They're gonna let those ultimates run out. London not gonna let them though. Getting aggressive at the doorway here. Gesture, you gotta keep him alive. Bedoshin down. Sato strikes back. Poco gets Gesture to London. Sent scrambling. The payload moving, but we're going to overtime. Philadelphia Fusion, they need to finish point B to get more time on the clock, and they might do it. That's a big team fight win.
The Philadelphia Fusion forced both the Valkyrie and the Transcendence early out of the London Spitfire. They didn't panic. They knew they had enough time to get back to the payload, and that pays off massively. Neptuno has his Valkyrie, and now Philadelphia Fusion will take point B.
Yeah, that was really smooth for Philly, actually. Very measured response. They're going to get point B. They're going to get another minute 30 on the clock, but that's not a lot of time to push through C. This is a tough one.
Tough one, and then Prophet looking for another Riptire elimination. Gets Sato in a side corridor. Bedoshin down, Bedoshin rezzed.
I mean, that's the thing, though. The payload's still moving throughout all of this. The pressure is so far ahead from Fusion that London hasn't been able to contest it for a little while.
Yeah, they've knocked London out of a good defensive position, and they've kept them reeling for the last minute or so, but they only have 50 seconds remaining. Great start, though.
EQO finds Nuss. That's exactly what they need. Here comes the self-destruct coming through, though. And that's 2 for Fury. Hanzo and Boombox down. Poco, wait for his own. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer as Neptuno gets Mario stomped out of existence by Gesture.
That's what the Philadelphia Fusion needed.
Yeah.
A good opportunity for them to back off. They don't need to commit any more ultimates. They saw the self-destruct come in and they knew the damage was done. Better to save those and get one fantastic final push, final attempt to finish this map.
Here we go. 20 seconds. Philadelphia Fusion, desperate to finish this map, desperate to keep their Overwatch Finals hopes alive. They gotta win a big fight, and they gotta win it now. Dragon Strike coming through. EQO gets Prophet early. That's a good start. It's a 6v5. Both teams have to use that Transcendence and Ultimate's burning. Now Poco on the payload. They gotta get somebody there. Ooh, they do just in time. Poco still has that self-destruct loaded up. We've seen what he can do. Carpe showing what he can do with that headshot on the burn ring. Winning that Widow 1v1, and now Sato in the backlines. He's got the primal rage. He's gonna use it to take down Prophet, maybe not even needing it. Oh, pops it out the end. And meanwhile, Philadelphia Fusion crushes London. That team fight went their way. Self-destruct gets nothing. London desperate, they lose Nuss as well. Gesture the other tank Fury alone to try to defend the payload. Philadelphia Fusion, they've almost got it there. It's so close, but the respawns are coming in. They're not doing anything though. London, they might have to give this one up. Prophet dashing in with the Sombra, trying to stay elusive, but it's not enough. Philadelphia Fusion, 3 points for them.
And that looked an awful lot like Dorado in our series yesterday. An overtime push for the Philadelphia Fusion to win. They had an excellent defense on Dorado. Can they repeat that feat? Can they take their second map of this grand final off the London Spitfire? That is a good way to start.
Absolutely. Well, man, Sato with that kill on the burger. Now, that's a thing of beauty right there.
Making sure no respawns are coming in. Nice flick over to Prophet.
Hey, what can you say? That's Philly getting it done. They got it done at the very end. They got it done in overtime, but they got it done. 3 points for them on attack. Now we flip things around. Now London gets a chance to push as well. And if they finish with any time left on the clock, it's going to be desperation time for Philly.
I really like the adjustments Philly has made. They're playing a much more slower paced defensive game now, which is helping keep Carpe alive, helping them from getting strung out and isolated in their formations. And for the first time tonight, they're ahead in eliminations 33-25.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, Prophet, he's been such a superstar already, but I mean, those Riptires weren't really getting them quite enough. Philadelphia Fusion have put themselves in a position to do what they needed to do to stay alive in this grand finals. Now they just need a good defense.
So London here. They may do some scouting with the Sombra. It's a hero that can turn invisible and move quickly, so sometimes attacking teams will run out of the spawn and check the enemy team's composition with the Sombra and then change their comp as a counter strategy.
May not even do that. Bedosian swaps back to the Road Dogg right as we get started. Here we go. London Spitfire need to equalize. If they want to win this map, they've got to make it all the way. The attack begins, the door opens. Philadelphia Fusion, let's see if they can defend this one.
Bedosian peeking around the corner right now. The Philadelphia Fusion defense set up on the point. Back to Orisa versus Orisa. All about destroying these barriers and getting through this choke point if you're the attack.
Oh, all right, stun. Bedosian brought in. Great hook, stays alive. Takes a breather, gets that damage reduction, manages to weather the storm. Meanwhile, Sato gets the healing he needs on the side of the fight. They're going to get a hook. No kills on that one, though. Poco stays alive, Birdring looping way around. He's going for the big flank here.
Yeah, he is. Prophet's up next to Carpe right now, too. You can see that. That's great job by Poco to find him on the flank, trading 1-for-1 as Boombox falls on the point.
Boombox down. Can they get the res? I don't know, but Carpe finds Birdring. That's a big headshot there. EQO pulled in. Another one for London. Nuss reses Birdring again. They're not done with this push just yet. Neptuno manages to get EQO back again, actually. Carpe, though, does find Gesture, and without that main tank, London not going to be able to keep this push moving.
Yeah, Carpe's popping off now. He's getting the eliminations they needed to. It's a 5 versus 6. London down a player on the point. They have to wait for Gesture to respawn. A good hold so far by Philadelphia.
This is the start they needed to this defense. A little bit of breathing room. Carpe around the side. Nice headshot on the Bedosian. They're going to chase him down. He's a fish out of water. I don't think he's going to get away from that one. Oh, through that! Carpe threads the needle and finishes off Bedosian. That's why this guy was in the conversation for MVP this season.
Absolutely, he was. The Infrasight helps them find Bedosian, and that wastes a lot of time on the attack for the London Spitfire. Bedosian harassed into irrelevancy inside the buildings on King's Row, and then Carpe with a beautiful shot lined up.
London coming through, they send the Dragon Strike at an awkward angle. EQO responds, Gesture taking a lot of damage, but he stays alive. No, he doesn't. EQO finishes him off, and he gets Bedosian for good measure. Why not, man? EQO deciding it's time to pop off. He's taking matters into his own hands.
Dragon Strike
defends again.
Yeah, the Dragon Strike cut off the members, the tank line there of the London Spitfire. Not really a lot of healing possible, and then he's going to pop through the hotel and use those storm arrows to finish off the front line.
All right, a minute 30 for London on the clock. They really need to get point A taken. They got to get the payload moving. Everybody pulled up. No hooks out of that one, though. Poco just delaying a little bit as London tries to build the control percent to unlock the payload. Going into the hallway now. We'll see what they can do. Nuss has swapped over to the Lucio, too. Prophet on the Brigitte. Major changes from London across the board. Dragon Strike comes through. No kills from that one.
They're going to come back down onto the point right now. This tanky composition wants to be on the point.
Hey, Coalescence already comes in from Bedosian. Self-destruct. No kills out of that one. Neptuno a little bit of trouble. Fusion backing away. There goes Boombox. Birdring may just be able to do it on this Zarya as well. They demech Poco. And wow, those changes from London did the trick. Great adaptation. That's going to get the point A.
They didn't want to play the Reinhardt yesterday because it's definitely not Gesture's strongest hero.
Ooh.
Carpe will get staggered at the end of that fight.
Hey, now this say, Carpe, right? That's what Prophet did. He sees the Carpe.
He definitely did. Now they're going to push forward again. Do they swap here? Because the issue with this composition is you don't have a lot of mobility, which is very useful on point B for the London Spitfire. And if you stay with the Reinhardt, if you stay with this Zarya, you're committing to fighting a ground war. And Carpe says,
here we go.
It's time to get down and dirty.
Punches coming in, self-destruct coming in faster. Shields up just in time. Dragon Strike response from EQO. Trying to take advantage of London out of positions. Not going to work out. Gesture not getting anyone knocked down by that Earth Shadow. Carpe with a kill on the Prophet. Gave him the rocket punch. And he's going to give another one to Birdring. Carpe with the Doom Fist. The crazy bit coming out, another one for Nuss. And Sato takes on Gesture. Carpe says, you know what? Bet you weren't expecting that.
And we weren't, Doa, and we talked to this match started. They have to have an alternative plan if Carpe's not on the Widowmaker because London wants to fight on the payload like that. However, this is Philadelphia's solution. We will play the Doom Fist. We will get these rocket punches that if you get hit into a wall, you will instantly die. Carpe with the massive Doom Fist plays, and here's another fight.
That's right, London coming in with the Coalescence and Moira Ultimate doing damage. They're going to drop the Graviton Surge too and just roll right over Fusion. No chance there to defend that one. Neptuno drops so he can respawn with his team, and Wow, what a response from London.
Yeah, but they had to use so much, Noah. I mean, you have to drop the Graviton Surge, you have to drop the Coalescence, and Philly's gonna have another chance to defend right here.
Yep, at the end of point B, they're gonna have one more shot.
So Bird Ring will be switching to Farah. He sees that Philadelphia Fusion is trying to match them. He wants to be high up in the sky shooting those rockets where the Philadelphia Fusion cannot touch him.
Poco has his own gravitational surge. He's going to go ahead and try to use it here.
The Shatter!
Got eaten, and meanwhile the Shatter comes in from Gesture. They're going to run right over Philly again. Carpe drops to the self-destruct. Man, they were ready for that one.
They were read like a book. They knew the Graviton was coming, that it was up. Gesture set himself up for a flank because they were going to engage behind the Graviton. Not only does the Graviton do nothing, Gesture gets the big Earth Shatter play.
I read him like a book, and that wasn't a hard book like Art of War or something. That was Cat in the Hat, man.
It's definitely a Cat in the Hat read right there. Wow, so London keeps on moving up. Now, she's been sitting on this sound barrier for quite some time now. Philadelphia Fusion dumped a lot into that engagement. Birdring moves back to the Widowmaker because he sees EQO on the Farah.
Philadelphia trying to hold for just a little bit longer. Birdring on the side. They got the armor from the Lucy ultimate. Sound barrier comes in. Gesture takes down Sato. Now London pushing ahead. Another big fight win for London, and they are so close. Poco drops to the Fire Strike. They gotta guard the spawns now. The payload getting there as fast as they can push it. Philadelphia Fusion, last defense Gesture, charges in, and they get their profit. Jumps on the point, EQO there, but D-Max right away. Sato down. It looks like the defense is falling apart at the last moment for the Philadelphia Fusion. London brawling it out right on the point. They want to finish with some time remaining, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Boombox stays alive with the fade for the moment, delays, but not enough. London will finish with a minute 10 in the time bank.
And now London is going to have another opportunity here to attack. They are going to get, if they can get one tick on this point, then they are going to win. They can go back to that very tank and support heavy style that we saw at the end of that first push on point A. Let's take a look though at Gesture at the end.
One more time, Gesture coming in here. Did a great job of guarding the spawn. Just walking forward with that hammer, man. What can you say?
And then camping the spawn after it makes it so difficult for members of the Philadelphia Fusion to reinforce the cart. So Philadelphia, there's still a chance here for them to draw and push us into a map 4.
Yep.
A minute and 10 seconds is not a long time to attack. If you're lucky, that's 2 attacks.
It's not a long time, but at the same time, London Spitfire, only 1 tick, only the first third on the control meter stand between them and the Overwatch League Championship trophy. Can they do it? They're going on attack right now. A 3-0 would be crazy in this match. Nobody would have predicted that going into this weekend.
Absolutely, Doa. London, they're just going to go for it. They want to just play the tanks. They want to play the point. Again, yeah, this composition, once it gets on the point, it has so much HP and healing, it is difficult to remove, and they only need that 1 tick. They want to brawl with the Fusion. EQO on the Junkrat, though, trying to rain some grenades down from above and make it difficult for them to stay on the objective.
Going through the hotel, they're going to check in, they're going to check out right away too. Trying to keep Philadelphia zoned out. Onto the point right now, splitting the defense for Philadelphia. Going through, they're going to try to take the high ground too. Meanwhile, Birdring still back near spawn, getting those shots in. They're going to jump on the shot. Sato, he's down! London gets the main tank. Neptuno can't get there to res him. They only need 1 tick. They are so close. Philly desperate, but there goes Poco. And London Spitfire have done it. They will fly high as your Overwatch League champions.
History has been captured by the London Spitfire, our Stage 1 champions on top of the world. In the second half of the season, they couldn't even win 50% of their games. They had to cut half their roster to focus on their core, but it certainly worked, and they will be our inaugural champions.
What a story for London Spitfire. Coming into the Overwatch League, we said, hey, This is the Korean dream team. This is the two best rosters in South Korea combined to make an amazing Overwatch team. Took some doing, took some building, but in the end, that's what they did. They're gonna take home the championship. They're gonna do it in style. Can't believe it. Now, we're gonna throw it one more time to Chris Puckett and the desk to break down those maps.
Thank you so much, Doa. That's right, it's Puckett here at the desk. I'm alongside Bren and Sideshow. Fellas, London gets the job done, and what a way to do it here to close things out on Saturday.
What an incredible series. Such domination by London, taking it in 3-0. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. And to make the comeback from the middle of the season to the position that they're in now, phenomenal.
Nobody played poorly on the London Spitfire. They all were phenomenal throughout the playoffs, especially today. Gesture's just been amazing the entire season long.
You can barely believe it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just look at him. I think only now he's taken in the crowd. It looked like they were playing with no pressure all day.
Soak it in, boys. This was a big one for the London Spitfire. They start as our Stage 1 champions, and they finish as our inaugural season champions. Amazing stuff. We're going to have the trophy ceremony in just a moment, but as always, we have to crown our player of the match, sponsored by Omen by HP. And in this rematch, there was no one better than the young one. It's Prophet. Brent Sideshow, Prophet with